Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We are back here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course in the Ferrari 296 GT3. So it's the Ferrari Challenge Edition, so fixed setup, and the brake bias is actually shown on the dashboard. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let's start the hot lap. Okay, let's start the hot lap. Okay, smashing our way up to turn one, looking for the 100-meter sign. We're only breaking up to about 40%, getting on the gas nice and early in third gear, exit nice and wide, back over to the left-hand side as we look to thread our way through the keyhole, looking for just before those two cones, really long trail off. So impatient to get back on the gas there in second gear, gradually feeding the power back on. Head back over to the right hand side and cut this grass on the right hand side, don't hit the cones. Now head back over to the left. 3 cone, we're going to brake hard and long, go deep into the corner, down to second gear, hug it nice and tight on the inside here. Gently back on the gas, quite slippy on exit there, a little dab of the brakes, back on the gas. And a short shift up to third gear here, tiny little lift, and now we get on the brakes, leaving it in third gear. I found that was the best way to get through here. Excuse me. Third gear, up the hill, changing up to fourth. Then at the 200 meters, little dab on the brakes, down to third gear. We'll get closely around to the right. Now we're going to be really light on the brakes here, just to keep that weight over the front and make sure that we can get through. Change direction, up to third gear, exit wide, over and across the line in a 121.339. Right, let's do the breakdown. Okay, let's do the breakdown. Right, so first braking marker, it's just after the 200, just before the 100. We're only braking up to about 45%, dropping it down to third gear before the bridge here. Trailing it off, and now we're trying to get on the gas nice and early. So if you can see, I'm almost on 100% gas before this pit sort of exit line becomes a curb. So getting on nice and early. You will exit wide if you do that, but that's absolutely fine. Back over to the left-hand side. And now we go through the 3 cone. And then before we hit the 2 cone, that's when we're braking here, up to about, 75-80%. And what we're doing, dropping it down to third, and a long trail off. So as you can see, we've trailed off most of the brake here early on into the corner, and we're just leaving it on and on and on. Just keeping that balance over the front wheels. And then we slowly build back up on the gas, as you can see, getting up to 100% once we open the wheel a little bit. Don't want that traction control kicking in because it just kills you down this straight here. Right, turn 4. So we're going to go through the 4 cone, absolutely fine. And then before the 3 cone, that's when we're on the brakes up to about 80-85%. And again, trail that off. I prefer to go deep into the corner here. So I did try various different things, and this was the most consistent for me. So going deep into the corner and then hugging it tight on the left-hand side. So as you can see, back up to 100% gas, leaving it in second gear. And then just before we get to the darker patch, a little dab on the brakes up to about 20%. Trail that off, really turning that steering wheel, as you can see right now. So it's actually 180 degrees over to the left-hand side. And then we just build back up on the power. As soon as we've started to unwind that wheel, that's when we can go up to full power. Next braking point is this little dark patch here where everyone has left rubber on the road from braking. And again, we're up to about 35%. Trail that off, leave it in second gear, back on the gas. Now, really important on this one. So we're on 100% here, but we're going to short shift up to third gear because we don't want to be doing that whilst any of our wheels are unloaded going over this crest here. So we're up to third gear. We give it a blast of 100%, and then just before we get to this apex, this curb here, which is turn 8, that's when we're doing a big lift, tiny dab on the brakes, only up to about 10%, and then we build it, only up to, 35% here, trail it off, we'll leave it in third gear. So I preferred that because it meant I got less wheel spin, and the traction control was less likely to sort of kick in around here. So as we're at the apex, run about 50%, and then as soon as I unwind the wheel, that's when we can get up to 100%, a little bit loose on exit. Back over to the right-hand side. Now we're looking for the, is it the 200? I thought it was the 200, yeah. So we brake up to about 40% there, drop it down to third gear, clip some of this curbing on the left-hand side, back up to 100%, and then basically once we're in this little dip here, or at the end of the curbing on the right-hand side, that's when we're just going to dab the brakes up to about 40%, and we're just going to then hold it. Again, very similar to that previous turn. We're just wanting to keep a tiny bit of brakes on, partly to slow the car, but mainly to just keep that weight over the front tyres so that we can turn right, because this corner seems to go on forever and it just tightens and tightens. And as you can see, as we leave the apex, we're up to sort of 2/3 gas. We get up to 100%, little lift here for the final turn, turn 13, then back on the gas, up to third gear, and open across the line. So that was a 121.339. First time driving Mid-Ohio. I kind of enjoyed it. Should be a lot of fun this week. Right, we have one final version coming up now with the driving line on without me talking. Enjoy.